time to get into one of my most controversial reviews. I know people hate this movie. I appreciate it, dude. I really like this movie. I get the fans were fucking pissed because of the ending, which I'll be getting into spoilers, so if you don't want this movie spoiled, I'd go into it. But I'd go into it thinking it's a dark comedy and a new take on Jason Voorhees. So with that out of the way, let's get into this review. Oh boy. The most controversial movie that took fans out of the franchise for the longest time and didn't even want to see the sixth movie. Maybe like this movie might be the reason why Jason Part 6 was so good. Because maybe people just got like sick of Jason not being in the franchise or something like that for a fucking movie, which whatever. And so many years have passed, and then they brought him back from the fucking dead. I mean, maybe that's why Jason Lives was so good. And it's a good movie in general, so, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about this, continuing the story of Tommy Jarvis. Now, the only thing I don't like about this movie is the actor for Tommy Jarvis. I get his character went through a ton of fucking PTSD, and apparently the actor who played him was very religious, and he didn't like swearing or anything like that. He was very strict on that. I don't know what kind of religion he was in or what religious belief he had, but that's why he doesn't talk half of this fucking movie. Now he is a badass still. It's so ridiculous. Like sometimes in some scenes he's brought to a group home. So maybe this is more of a relative movie as well, because I've been in group homes before and it sucks. It fucking sucks. It's one of the worst places you could be. Well, not worst, but it's up there. Not a fun place to be. Let's be that. But he's in this movie, and you're kind of following his story directly after, and his PTSD starts to get the better of him, so he like brings out fucking karate moves. And I honestly think the characters in this movie are really cool. They have a lot of chemistry together. I think the movie is also well put together. I think this kid in the movie has one of the funniest fucking family members in the whole franchise. Oh, damn. It's just so funny. This movie is laughably fun. Like, I laugh my ass off during this movie. And I actually, I don't think it's a bad movie at all. I don't think it's an awful movie. Like, I could sit down and appreciate it for what it is. It is a dark comedy. And you just gotta accept it. And it's a new beginning. So I was ready for a new take on Jason Voorhees. Now, the decision that made Friday the 13th fans tap out was the killer's not Jason Voorhees. It is a father who his son was in the group home and got killed by this other character. How do I feel about that personally? It's different. It's different. I like that, but I don't like that. I think they could have did something different. Maybe Jason had a kid. No, that would be fucking stupid. Maybe this was a good idea. I don't know, because they were trying to do something different. Apparently, originally, after this, they were supposed to have a huge fucking trilogy. I guess. I might be wrong on this. I don't know. I got this from an article, but they were supposed to originally have Tommy Jarvis become Jason at the end of the movie, which that's why he's shown wearing a hockey mask towards the end of the movie. Because he basically just goes insane. And me personally, I'm glad they didn't go with that idea, but I would have been open to it. And maybe that's because that's why I understand this movie. Because they were trying something different with the Friday the 13th franchise. I mean, it would have been a way off way off the storyline. It would have been fucking a crazy decision to do, but fuck it. For the 1990s, I mean, not bad. Maybe 1980s. I don't know when this movie came out. Um, but I feel like you gotta respect them for doing something different. I feel like maybe this Jason, who this random fucking person who dresses up as Jason, could have like triggered his PTSD and made him go insane, and that's what started the origin story of. So maybe this was like a plot line to continue the story. It wasn't necessarily just to piss off fans. So yeah, it's different. I do still think they have a lot of elements in here that are Friday the 13th, if that makes sense. You still got Jason busting through fucking walls. He's still intimidating in here. I really like the new look too. I like the blue. I mean, it's not the iconic hockey mask, but it's something different. And I know a lot of fucking fans hate this movie. This is like their least favorite Friday the 13th movie, but you gotta give it some credit to a degree because I feel like they did something at least different. And maybe it didn't work as much on other people as it did to me, but I can appreciate this movie for a dark comedy and what it is. So in that case, I'm going to give it a bronze TV. I don't think this movie is bad, actually. I think it's a fun watch, personally. But I know with that ending, the reveal, and everything, I completely understand why fans, after so many years waiting for another Friday the 13th movie, were a little upset. So I think this is the lowest box office opening for a Friday the 13th movie, too. So this did kill the franchise for a while. So that's unfortunate. But they came back stronger than ever. My God. And we'll be reviewing that soon. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace.